What's good, everybody? It's John. Come back at another video. So this video is going to be all about gratitude. It's going to be all about mindset and perspective. And the main idea that I want to highlight from this video is the idea to count your blessings. See, oftentimes people are very short-sighted and get caught up with all of the minor obstacles and problems that arise in their life, and they may feel as though they're living a life where they can't catch a break and nothing ever seems to be working and things are all falling apart. And because of this, they are not happy or content with the situation that they're in or with their life in general, and they always find themselves wishing to be in another position or wishing to be in someone else's shoes. And I'm here to tell you that what you need to do first and foremost is begin counting your blessings, because oftentimes people think their life is falling apart when in actuality it's not even bad, right? Like things are okay, things are functioning, things are working, that nothing is in fact broken. But people tend to, when they don't see things going their way immediately or instantly, right, they begin to think that things are all falling apart and that nothing is working. But I'm here to tell you that first and foremost, that divine timing is the real thing, that God's timing is always perfect. So you need to begin having trust with yourself and trusting the universe and trusting that things are in fact working out behind the scenes. But the second important concept, or the thing to remember, is to count your blessings, right? To appreciate where things are in your life, where things stand, and to appreciate the things that you have right now. Because as people, right, because we live our own lives and we're focused on our own lives, right, we think that we're the center of the world, right? A lot of times we can get caught up and think that our problem has to be everyone else's problem, and that our problem is always going to be the most important and the biggest problem to exist on the planet, when you need to remember that there are also other people here on this planet that are probably going through much more difficult things or bigger obstacles than you. For example, right, you watching this video, you might be someone who already has all of their basic needs met, right? You have food to eat, you have water to drink, you have water to be able to shower and clean yourself, you have a roof over your head, you have a bed to sleep in, right? You have warmth, shelter. You need to remember that just having those basic needs met alone means that you are blessed beyond words, because you need to remember that there are people out there who don't have that, who don't know when their next meal is coming, who don't know if or when they'll be able to have a sip of clean water, or may not have any place comfortable to sleep at, right? You need to begin putting things in perspective and placing less energy and attention towards these minor problems and these minor obstacles that arise, right? Like, some people can make a super tiny problem or situation be blown out of proportion and make it seem like it is the worst thing in the world and that life is falling down and crumbling, when you have, at the very minimum, right, most likely, right, watching this video, you have your basic needs met for survival, when there's people who don't even have that, right? Some people might be in a position where they have a car, but let's just say it's an older car, right? And let's just say it might not be the most reliable. So of course, in a position like that, it's perfectly okay to desire a new car or a better car, right? But there's no reason to constantly talk bad or be frustrated or be angry with your current vehicle, because what you need to remember is that you have a vehicle, and that vehicle, of course, can serve as private transportation for you, right? And wherever it is you want to bring, whether friends, family, right? You can choose to go wherever you want. There are some people who don't have that luxury of having a vehicle, so they may have to depend on taking the bus for public transportation, right? There's probably some people who are frustrated having to take public transportation, right? They get so mad and angry that is all these problems with public transportation. Well, there's some people out there who don't even have the luxury of taking public transportation, that they might need to ride a bike, as their method of transportation and commuting, right? Now, some of people might have a bike and still be complaining about everything wrong with the bike. Well, there's some people that might not even have a bike, that they might have to go on scooter from place to place. And I'm not talking about, like a motorized scooter like a moped. I'm talking about an actual scooter with just the two wheels and you have to push it by foot, right? And some people might have a scooter and might be frustrated about that. And then there's other people who might not even have a scooter, who only have their two legs, right? And then some people might even just be mad about having to use their two legs, right? Because they don't feel like using them. And yet there's some people out there who, for whatever reason, it might have been an accident or whatever, might be handicapped and have to be on a wheelchair, that may not ever have the opportunity to use their legs again. And you're complaining about your legs, right? Like, this is what I mean. When you begin to think of life from that perspective, then you realize that you are more blessed than you think. Even if right now you might be dealing with some frustrations, right? Maybe it's whatever it is, right? Obviously, everyone has their own situations that they're dealing with, right? But I'm here to tell you that maybe your life isn't actually that bad. Maybe everything is in fact fine, right? Because from that example that I just shared, right? Another main idea that you can remember is this: no matter how bad or how bleak your situation or your life situation might seem, no matter how terrible you think your life is or how terrible you think your life is going, there is someone out there that wishes that they were in your shoes. The same way how whatever it is that you're going through, you're wishing to be in someone else's shoes, right? It literally doesn't matter what's going on in your life or how everything's unfolded or how things stand or how bleak it is, right? There's always someone out there in the world that wishes that they were in your shoes. Just like how right now you might have your basic needs met, but you're frustrated with whatever is going on at your occupation. There's someone in the world that doesn't even have their basic needs met, that are praying for the chance or the opportunity to live a life where they can experience what it's like to have their needs met and to be employed, to be able to maintain all of that, right? And yet some people are just constantly always frustrated with with elements of their life, right? Now, by no means am I saying that you need to be a robot, right? Like, I understand we're human. We all have desires. There's all things that we want to have and experience and all these things. But sometimes it's important to take a deep breath, take a step back, and begin looking at the whole picture, right? Rather than just being very short-sighted in what's going on, right? Taking a step back and thinking about all areas of your life and thinking about like the good things that are actually here, right? Thinking about the things that you can in fact be grateful for, because there's always something. You can always look for something to be grateful for in your life, no matter what the situation looks like, right? And I want this video to highlight that for you, the importance of counting your blessings, because even if right now you may be in a position that seems so far from your dreams, from your aspirations, from the dream life that you want to live, from the dream situation that you want to be in, even if right now it seems that you're so far from there are still things that you can be grateful for. You still have so many blessings in your life that can put a smile on your face, that can have you realize, hey, you know what, things aren't actually so bad, right? It's like people can create this image of things just being horrible and just falling apart in their mind, when in reality it's like everything is fine and everything is unfolding at the right time when it's perfect for you, right? So have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in the universe, believe that what you've asked for has already been received and it's making its way to you, and be grateful for what it is that you have in your life right now, because I can't stress how important it is, right? Some of you are probably mad at this very minor thing that's happening in your life, when it's like you have all these great things to be grateful for. You have your basic needs met. You probably have a healthy body right now that isn't experiencing any pain. And there's other people who wish that they were in your shoes of having a healthy body that doesn't experience pain because they've been dealing with chronic pain or something, right? Like that's the case with everything, right? I wouldn't want you to just completely disregard everything that's in your life right now and just always constantly be in a situation where be in a position where you're constantly wishing to be somewhere else, wishing that you were in someone else's shoes, wishing that you were someone else, right? I want you to begin making peace with your life right now. Begin making peace with how things are and begin appreciating where it is, because at the end of the day, your life is yours to live, right? Your life is yours to appreciate and to enjoy and to make the most of, right? It's easy to say, oh, well, my life would be better if I was this person, if I was in this position. But like, your life is perfect the way it is. And even if there's a lot of quote unquote obstacles in your life, that can still serve as a good thing, because then you now have, because of the obstacles, you now have the opportunity to reinvent yourself, to improve, to get better, to grow into the person that you were supposed to become, right? And that's something to be proud about, right? So even if right now, once again, where you're at right now seems to be so far from what it is that you want to go or want to be, right? There's no reason to be angry or frustrated at your progress. No reason to be angry or frustrated where you're at right now, because right now you are in the perfect place for you in this present moment, right? Nothing is broken. Nothing is wrong. Everything is happening at its own accord, right? Divine timing is a real thing. God timing is perfect. Don't ever doubt that or worry or concern yourself with that. Begin appreciating the position that you're in and appreciate where you are at right now, because you have so many great things going for you. And if you will open your eyes to see that, then you'll realize that you're in the best position possible, that things are going to work out and things are going to work in your favor. That the fact that you have likely your basic needs met, you are blessed beyond words, and it's only going to get better from here. Begin telling yourself that life is only going to continue getting better. It's only going to improve right now and moving forward, right? So be grateful for the things that you have, because of course they can always be taken away from you. And so might as well enjoy them and appreciate them while we have them here. And just know that for a lot of people, they think that their life in this situation is always the worst situation to ever be in life, when there's always going to be someone out there who's in a worse spot that wishes that they were in your shoes. So take that into perspective and into consideration the next time you find yourself complaining over nonsense, right? You are too powerful, too great of a person, too great of a creature, too powerful of a creature. You have divine power within you, right? So you are too amazing as a creature, as a creation, to allow these minor problems and issues and concerns to bother you or take control over you, right? Appreciate what you have. Appreciate how much fun your life has been. Even appreciate the downs in life, because you can't truly enjoy or appreciate the ups without the downs, right? Once again, there can't be light without dark. There can't be up without down, right? Like as far as direction, right? There can't be wet without dry, right? So the contrast that exists, right? All of that needs to happen so you can learn to appreciate it all. So once again, remember, guys, if you haven't been doing this or practicing gratitude, right? Begin practicing it more often. Take a few moments for yourself to write down the things that you're grateful for, or just, or begin saying it, or begin thanking yourself and the world for all the good things that have flowed into your life, because your life is not as bad as you think, guys. I promise you, things are going well for you. So just be happy and begin counting your blessings. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe as we're on the road to a million subscribers, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.